Hi guys, welcome back to RoamingKatie. If you're new here, I'm Katie. We have a fun adventure today, but first I just want to take a moment and I want to thank everybody that's been supporting me this far. I appreciate the likes, the comments, and the shout outs. I really do appreciate it, and I'm really excited to have you guys join me on this new vlogging adventure. So for today, we're going on an adventure through the mountains. As you can see here behind me, we got some amazing views. So some really nice views back there, and I just wanted to start the video by showing you these views. And we're on our way to somewhere really fun. It's gonna be educational. It's gonna show us we're gonna take a tour. So stay tuned for that. So here is this place is called Seneca Rocks. It's still in West Virginia. As you can see back there, those views. From what I can see is that they have even trails. If you look at that way big up on that mountain, you can hike. It's like a 4-mile hike, and you can go up there, and there's a big like porch. I call it a porch, but it's like a deck over top the mountains that you can go and view all the mountains and different stuff, the land. So, and if you can see, it's way up there. So that's, if you would like to see that, that's possibly a video that we'll do sometime in the future. So, but for today, I actually brought my family is with me. So we're gonna have a fun time exploring. I'm not gonna quite tell you where we're going quite yet. So stay tuned, and I think you're gonna enjoy it. Here's the views. Look at that mountain. Like I was just saying, I don't know if you guys can see it, but way up there they have like a wooden walkout over top of where you just look basically down over the mountain and down through the woods. From what I hear, it's about a 4-mile hike up there. These rocks, you can actually, if you're a professional rock climber in the warmer summer weather in months like June, July, August, people rock climb that shape. But anyways, there's the views of the mountain. And again, this place is called Seneca Rocks. All of this area used to be home to the native Seneca Indians, the Native American Indians. like we made it. So guess where we are? We are at Smoke Hole Caverns. It's near Seneca Rocks. And we're gonna take a view of a cave. The caverns the Seneca Indians used to use. So we're gonna learn about that today. And we're actually also at the West Virginia's largest gift shop. Smoke Hole Caverns has the largest gift shop in West Virginia. So it's fun. We're gonna learn about that. There's a sign. As I mentioned a little bit ago, that I did bring my family with me today. So today I have my husband Ken, my daughter Kendra, and my son Kyle with me. So would you guys like to say hello?
Yes.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi everyone.
Hi. So of course this is Ken, this is Kyle, and this is Kendra. So like I said, we're going to now go explore the West Virginia's largest gift shop and the Smoke Hole Caverns. So let's see what we can get into. We're about to go in and see about doing the tours. Looks like it's Christmas at the cavern. Smoke Hole Caverns. Here they even have a cute little hotel. It's nice if anybody's ever interested in coming to the hotel. We have everything decorated for Christmas. It's made of wood. There's a wooden bear. Alright, let's go up here and says, if you can't read it, cavern tours every half hour. Purchase your tickets inside. Oh, look at this big bear here. You guys want to sit on the bear? This is a black bear. There's a Christmas tree. Like I said before, December is Christmas paradise in the U.S. Okay, decorations. Oh wow, look at this. They have a I guess looks like golf course or putt, whatever you would call that. And over there it says, I'll take you guys close in a little bit, but it says Smoke Hole Gemstone Mining, Caverns, Gem Mining, putt. Sorry about that, the big truck passed. And of course over there again is that hotel, if you're ever interested in coming here. So I'm not sure, but over there where you see that little gate might be the entrance to the caverns, but we'll see. So here we are. So here they have some rules, like Smoke Hole Caverns rule, and then here we have some pamphlets and stuff that tells you about the place. If you're interested. Lost World Caverns. This is another place I'm interested in going to sometime. So look out for that. Oh, here we go. The North Pole Express train ride in Romney. I've been interested in this, so stay tuned. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We might be going on this soon. You never know. So make sure you subscribe. Okay, so let's go inside and see what's going on in here. I'm just going to give you guys a quick tour of the West Virginia's largest gift shop. A lot of neat stuff here. Necklace, jewelry. West Virginia Smoke Hole. So if you like hoodies, let's go. So we're at the counter waiting to ask. Here we go. It says choose a package and save some cash. Cavern tour and putt. So here are the options. I don't know if you can read them from far. But, well, this really is the West Virginia's largest gift shop. Oh. Lots of cups, lots of souvenirs. You know, kids and they like looking at stuff too. So, So here we go. Shirts. Cute little fluffy backpacks. Let's see. A lot of nice stuff. Again, a fun fact about this is West Virginia's largest gift shop. Sasquatch. If you guys know anything about Bigfoot and Sasquatch, it's supposed to be a mysterious, fuzzy creature that runs around in the woods. Wow, what did you find? Binoculars. Wow. So you can, what can you do with binoculars, Kyle?
You can see stuff from far, far away.
So you're trying to see something from far, far away? So, looks like Kyle has already started his shopping trip. He's got an armful of goodies. Okay. Oh, look at this up here. Interesting things. These are fake statues of animals. Oh, nice hoodies, cute. Let's go around. This really is the biggest gift shop I have ever been in. That's really cool. Lots of cute purses. And all these prices are $69.99 for that. US, this is all US dollars. So they do have a lot of really pretty stuff here. Wow, look at these. These are neat. So basically, if you know what a snow globe is, but this is a bottle. These are really nice, but it's not really something you carry around with you on a cavern tour, so I don't think I'm gonna purchase any today. But they are really pretty to look at. Oh, look at, now I do like little bears. That is cute. Alright, so now we're gonna take the cavern tour. So here we're gonna get the tickets. Hi.
Hi, my name is Debbie Jenkins. I'll tell you a little bit about the cavern tour.
Okay.
It is about a 45-minute to an hour-long tour. Trying to think of other things that are interesting in there. I won't give away all the secrets because we have 2 tour guides today. We have a new tour guide from Brazil, actually. This is Gigi.
Hi, my name's Gigi. I'm from Brazil.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so KB, I think, will be the other tour guide with you today. So you'll be learning a little bit now. Like I said, it takes about 45 minutes to an hour, and you'll enjoy the tour today, okay?
All right, that sounds good. We're excited.
Okay, good.
All right, thank you. So, guess we just need to...
I'll give you your tickets.
Okay.
So we got 2 adults and 2 kids. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you doing cash or card?
It's going to be card, yeah.
It's going to be $63.22.
Okay, get me... Okay.
You may need a light jacket because it is 56 degrees inside the caverns.
Okay.
So just make sure everybody's got something light on.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you said we'll go about
You're gonna be
2:45
you'll be meeting right here.
over there? Okay. All right. Thank you.
Here's your tickets.
Okay.
And like I said, you're gonna have KB. He's gonna be your tour guide, the main tour
Okay.
guide. Come on, KB, get on over here. You're gonna be on YouTube with him today. He does an excellent tour.
Okay, that's great.
He's very, very informative on the tours.
All right.
And Gigi is in training, but she's learning too, so
I'm sure they're going to be great.
they're gonna be
so-
all right. They're fantastic.
Well, thank you. Thanks for...
And she's gonna film while she's in there, so she'll be asking you some questions, and y'all will be on YouTube and be famous.
Yeah. all fun, no pressure.
No worries. How are you?
Y'all fun. About 15 minutes for our tour. So now we're walking upstairs of the gift shop. And let's go this way. Spin around. And down there is where we just came from. You can see the cash register. This place really is huge. I can see why they say it's the largest gift shop in West Virginia.
Cool stuff, right?
Yeah, really cool stuff. Wow. Look at that. There's Ken shopping. Look at that huge window. Imagine having to clean that every day. Got really nice views.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they do. What do you guys think of the gift shop?
It's very nice, very
Good.
nice, organized.
Can we get some binoculars?
As you can see, Kyle likes to shop.
My favorite thing about the shop is the
Yeah.
binoculars.
The binoculars.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Because I can see very good.
yeah. Oh. Whoops! I knocked over a bag. Oh, look at all of this. Man, someone. Oh, check this out. I don't know if I can get you guys close enough to the chandelier made of looks like elk antlers. Look at the fake statues. Oh, there's a fake moose pulling Santa's sled. I hope you guys can see well. This is really cool. Look at the cowgirl boots. You guys want to see me wear cowgirl boots? I'm just kidding. Cowgirl boots are not my style. Look at that lamp. Wow, that looks like something you would see in like, I think that's like an Indian type of, let me correct that, Native American Indians. So, look at those really cool lamps. Oh, look at that up there.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah. It's West Virginia's largest gift shop. Wow. Look at Mrs. Claus. Look at her face. The attention to detail on her is amazing. She really is. Look, she even has her nails done. Look how pretty that is. Her dress. If you guys know Mrs. Claus, she was Santa Claus's wife. Yeah, if you're interested in ever coming here, she's $379.99 US dollars.
Purchase your tickets. You may purchase them at the front of the gift shop at this time.
You can hear that.
Cabin is departing in 5 minutes.
We just got a notification that you just heard part of it there. It's our turn to go in the caverns now in 5 minutes, so it's time to go line up. So now the family's leaving the gift shop and we're going on to the next. Now we're just in here waiting for our tour to happen. So we're gonna take you guys with us and go out here. So right now we're just waiting. There's the family. So hi. We can see.
You guys got your tickets?
Yep, we have our tickets.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, you can follow Gigi. She'll take you down to the entrance.
All right. Thank you. Now we're going on our cavern tour. So we have begun. We gave our tickets and now here we go. This is where they putt and mining for fake gold, I think. But it's really cold, so here we go. We're going on the tour. And the caverns. Oof. Are you guys scared? We'll run into a bear. Thank you. Hi, thank you.
49-day training. She'll come along throughout the tour and do some parts. So some background history for this cavern. Smoke Hole, it opened up back in 1942, opened up back on Memorial Day. Now, before this cavern was opened up, this cavern was used by 3 different groups. The first group that came inside here and used the cavern were the Seneca Indians. They came inside here. They did not live in here, but they came inside, used it as a hideout, also a smokehouse. Now, for the smokehouse, they came up here, made these holes on the inside part of the wall. And whenever they made those holes, they would often put meat in the holes because down on the ground here, they made around 3 to 4 small hickory fires. And the smoke from the fire would usually rise all the way up, take the smoke inside of the hole, and it would smoke the meat, making for the smokehouse. Now, whenever it was done smoking the meat, the smoke would usually go and exit out of the cavern entrance. Now, one day, there was a few passing settlers. These passing by settlers saw some smoke rolling out of the cavern entrance, and when they saw the smoke going outside, well, they called the place Smoke Hole, and that is how Smoke Hole originally got this name. Okay, so the second group that used the cavern here were the Union and also the Confederate soldiers. Now, they came inside this cavern back during the Civil War, because during the Civil War, they would come in here, they would hide out, and also store in the cavern some boxes of ammunition. Now, y'all look closely back here. Closely here on the right side, about 11 feet back, y'all see that square-looking object. Now, that square-looking object, that is an actual box of ammunition that was uncovered by Smoke Hole. Now, that box was left in and brought in when the Union and the Confederate soldiers came inside of the cavern. And it is still there to this day. It has been back there laying ever since technically the whole Civil War started. And that is also around the same time when West Virginia first became a state, June 20th, 1863. Now, right here, we have our third group that used the cavern, Pretty Big Hint. You all know what the third group was. You all have any guesses? So the third group here was actually known as the West Virginia Moonshiners. The West Virginia Moonshiners used to live here in Grant County. But Grant County back then had a prohibition law. And the prohibition law basically made making moonshine and selling it illegal. So they needed somewhere to hide out for a little while and make their moonshine. So they found this cavern. They found out it had one entrance and one exit out. And also running behind you here, you had a very good, pure, and steady water stream. So the water used to run through this crevice here, and that was their way of getting the water to make their moonshine. Now, whenever they made their moonshine, they would often make a mesh. Now, that mesh had wheat, it had rye, yeast, corn, water, and then some extra applied herbs and spices. And whenever they made the mesh, first off, would let the mesh sit and ferment for around 72 hours. After that, would put the mesh into this copper hopper or the still, and then when they had the mesh in the still, would seal it off with a dough or even some clay on the top so no air could get in or escape out. And when it was all sealed off, would make a small fire below the still. That fire would cause the vapors in the mesh to travel to the top of the still, go through this metal arm, go down the metal swirl, and land in the thumper. And when the vapors got down to the thumper, they turned over to a very hot liquid. Now, oftentimes the liquid, it was so hot, they need to be very careful and transfer the hot liquid out of the thumper, put it over into this barrel, which usually had cold water. And when the hot moonshine hit the cold water, it caused it to make a very loud thumping sound. And then the quieter the sound got, meant now it was cooled off enough to be taken out of this barrel and stored away into the jugs. Now you'll notice here, the jugs, they have an X on them, and the X's indicate how strong the moonshine is, or how many times the jugs had to be rammed through the still based on your amount of X's. So 1X here, that is 80 to 100 strength. It stands for made under the moonlight. And then you have your second jug, which has 2 X's. Now, 2 X's means that there runs 120 to 160 proof. And that jug there is called tangled because they used to say if you drink too much of the moonshine, your feet might get tangled up. And then we have the third jug, what they called white lightning. Now, white lightning was all the way from 180 proof clear to 200. So it was very, very strong. Now, white lightning, based on how strong it was, they would sometimes use that to power up some small engines, but as well, if they drank too much of it, it would end up shocking your body system, almost sending tinglings through the nervous system of your fingers, and that's why they called it white lightning. Might feel a little bit like a lightning bolt striking through your body. Now we have their fourth jug, which was unlabeled, because an unlabeled jug of moonshine meant that it was usually never made for drinking because of how strong it was. They only used it to power up some very small engines. Now this jug also, if it was ran around 3 to 4 more times through the still, that would make this fourth jug so strong it could actually cause damage to the still or even just stop it from working permanently. So the fourth jug there, an unlabeled jug, was the strongest moonshine made by the moonshiners. Alright, so this cavern itself here, it's an all limestone cavern. At one point in time, it was completely submerged by water. So if you look here on this backside wall, when it was submerged by the water, how the water over a period of time did take part of that wall away by just taking the water pressure and washing part of the back wall away from the cavern. Alright, so for this tour, there's going to be some low-hanging rocks, a few flight of stairs. When you come up the stairs behind me, just watch where you step, take your time, hold to the handrails. Otherwise than that, you can take some pictures along the tour. Just might want to turn on your camera flash for that. Would help the pictures to turn out a little bit better. Otherwise, any questions so far? Okay. Alright, so comments through here, we are going to have a low-hanging rock, so we'll just keep towards our right side. Okay.
Alright, now we're just touring through the caverns with our tour guide and the family. Here's where he said they used to get their water supply. Just around. So this is part of the wall. He said that the water flowing through took it out. Destroyed part of this. Here we go. We're just walking through the cavern.
Okay guys, so right here we have our spillway. If we get 4 to 5 inches of rainwater, our underground lake that we're about to see in a minute overflows right over here. So if we have enough water, the water goes out of the gate, across the road, and into the north fork of the south range of the Potomac River, and then right into the Chesapeake Bay. If you guys look over here, you will see this green stuff right here. This is cave moss and is formed by the artificial lighting and due to the moisture of the cavern. Now, if you guys look up here in the ceiling, you will see this gold sparkles. Anyone want to try to guess what that's it? No? So that gold sparkles, it's iron pyrite, also known as fool's gold.
Why is it called fool's gold?
Physically, just because it has the sparkle-like effect, and fool's gold is a type of iron pyrite. So basically, if you see like sparkly gold stuff up on the ceiling in a cavern, that's just what they used to call fool's gold for them. Like the miners or moonshiners come in here, they'd see gold, they would think it's gold, and it turns out to be iron pyrite, so that's how it got the nickname to being called fool's gold. So, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Have you ever found gold here? Or this?
Not real gold. The only thing
not
you
real
see here
gold.
is iron pyrite.
Fool's gold.
Fool's gold. Okay, so that's good to know.
Okay guys, so right over there, we're going to have a rock that we like to call tall man's headache. So if you're 5'8" or taller, you may want to please stay to your left.
Looks like Ken is gonna have to stay to his left. So you guys need to comment and tell me if you've ever seen real gold or just fool's gold.
This over here, it's our Solomons Abbey. Please take the
Oh yeah.
last one.
Too much
That's how
moonshine.
high you are.
Well, look at that. This is really cool. Have you guys ever been in a cave? Comment and let us know. We'd love to hear your the holes in the cave. Wow. And imagine the Seneca Native American Indians used to use this to cook their meat.
Stop like. See in the water?
Yes, you guys hear that? You can see the water down there.
Okay, guys, so this is our underground lake. It has 100 feet wide and 50 feet long. No, it doesn't.
That's one.
It's fine. And the deepest part reaches to 25 to 30 feet deep. So this is an ectopic lake, which means it has no life in here due to low oxygen levels. And past this second artificial light over here, it's completely dark. So it lacks oxygen and it lacks of life too. Okay, so if you guys look over here, this is what we like to call flowstone. This is the first active formation of the cave, and it's formed from the water seeping through the ceiling, flowing over the rock, and depositing minerals. It takes 125 years to a cubic inch to grow. So you can imagine how long it took to form this very rock over here.
Wow. It's a long time.
Yeah. And right over here we have our soapstone. Soapstone is found on so many different things, like women's cosmetics such as foundation, rubber tires, bathroom and kitchen countertops, and chewing gums. You may feel free to touch it. It feels a lot like clay and it will not stain your clothes.
So this is called soapstone.
So why is it just here? Because I don't see it anywhere else.
So
So the soapstone. So actually, the whole cavern is covered in soapstone. Because if you look on the side wall, if you come here, if you rub it, you're gonna see on your finger how it actually rubs off on your finger here. So this whole entire wall, or even the majority of the cavern, anywhere you go here, you're gonna see soapstone on the sides, on the ceiling, on the floor of this cavern. Excuse me. Alright, so as we are walking up here, we are going to stop right here. I'm going to show you guys on the side wall of the cavern. You guys see how this wall has some partial cracks running through the wall? So these cracks in the wall were actually caused by a ruptured fault line in the cavern. And that fault line was ruptured when a point in this cavern, the farther up we go, you're going to see how a point in the cavern, it got flipped up a complete 90 degrees. And when it got flipped up the 90 degrees, the cracks that run through the wall today through the cavern are just the aftermath and the leftover effect of when the cavern walls were flipped up opposite 90 degrees. But when we go up, we're going to stop and I'll show you all that 90-degree flip.
Here's the crack. You can see it. You can even stick your hand in there. Oh, look at that. You can stick your hand. It's amazing how you can actually walk through such a place. Like, we're actually in a cave. Like, can you look outside?
Like the presence of these guys from back in the day.
Yeah. Imagine walking through here.
Alright
Making
guys,
your-
so when you
like,
guys are
cooking meat.
making your way down behind me, just watch coming down here. It's a little bit steep and there are pieces of loose gravel. So just watch where you step. Be sure to take your time and come behind.
I have never been in a cave
Alright, so
before,
we're
so
gonna
this is
stop
really
right
cool.
here because I do have a question to ask you. Are you guys okay if I turn all the lights off in the cavern to experience what total darkness is like in a cavern? You okay with that?
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah,
Alright. So in 3 seconds, they're all going to go off here in 3, 2,
gonna experience
1.
the dark. There we
So we're
go.
now here in absolute darkness. Now this has
Wow.
a few factors for it. If you guys were stuck in a cave or
That's where it
cavern
came from.
for around 3 days, and after 3 days, you would find your way outside to the sunlight. When you went outside, the sunlight from the sun would cause the redness in your eye to burn and leave you temporarily blind. But if you spend a little over than 1 full entire month in absolute darkness, that would leave you completely blind. Your hair would fall out, you would lose your skin's color, and after you got so pale, your skin would begin to be lacking hydration and also sunlight, which the sun has the vitamins, which makes your skin healthy and helps it to grow. So after be lacking hydration and sunlight, your skin is going to start to peel off a lot like wax or even a very bad sunburn. Alright, we'll turn the lights back on in here.
Yeah. This thing was glowing, yes sir.
It's glowing?
Okay guys, so right over here we have what we like to call Prairie Dog Station. It's the third highest room of our cavern at 78 feet. And there's a reason why we like Prairie Dog Station, because right over here where my flashlight are, you can see a little prairie dog waving at us. And he does noise when you wave back at him. And right below him, you can see in the shadow, there's a mountain man, and he's climbing the mountain as fast as he can. And right over here on the right, we have, some people like to say it's an upside down umbrella, but I like to say it's a cupcake, with the shadow being the frosting. And right under him, we have a wolf. Some people say he's high on the moon, but I think he's just trying to get a big old bite of that cupcake. And right over here on the left side, we have a black cat just chilling on the tree.
Alrighty, so right here is the best place for you guys to see where this cavern got flipped up 90 degrees by the ruptured fault line. So as I was saying, about 220 million years ago, when the Appalachian Mountains were forming, we did have our North American tectonic plate collide along with the African plate, and when those two collided, that is what ruptured the fault line. But when it ruptured the fault line, this whole wall here was flipped up on its completely opposite to a 90-degree flip. So if you look closely here, look on the left side, because from the left side you follow the bottom of this wall. From the bottom you follow up along towards the top. You can see how the wall keeps going up and around and connects all the way up there, because this here wall is actually the cavern ceiling. And if you look here on the floor, you can see when this was the cavern ceiling, it took the old left side wall, and now the left side wall is the current floor everybody is standing on right now. So right now we are all standing on the side of the cavern. And if you look beside you on this right side wall, running up through here was the old original Smoke Hole riverbed. But whenever the cavern got flipped up, it made everything in here different and completely opposite due to the ruptured fault line. That's why I'll ask you here, do you guys see anything different or odd about this wall in front of us? Anything look out of place there?
The algae.
The algae? So the green stuff there, that is your copper. But what actually looks different, you might notice, running through the side wall, does it look a little bit out of place there? It does, because this wall here, it used to lay once completely horizontal. But when the fault line ruptured, it took the horizontal wall here and it made the horizontal wall flip over and is now straightly down vertical. So this whole side on the left side here, this whole side used to be completely flat. But because of the fault line rupturing, it is now straightly down vertical. Now, if you guys come back up here again, and if you look up above towards Prairie Dog Station, well, Prairie Dog Station actually holds that 90-degree angle. So look from the bottom left side, you follow up and around. You all see the 90-degree angle up there? Now, that 90-degree angle will always be left up in Prairie Dog Station permanently to help us have a remembrance of how the fault line ruptured. And on that day, took the whole cavern in one flip and flipped us over 90 full degrees. Alrighty, so we're gonna come down here by the rails, and then we're just gonna stop here for a little bit. Alright, so right down here where this railing starts is where the cavern tour, it would have stopped right here and ended. But however, before Smoke Hole Caverns opened up, there was a man who came inside of this cavern. Now, this man's name was Elijah Allen. Elijah Allen used to live down here in Grant County. His home was down in Petersburg. But he was a very serious cave explorer. So this man came in here one day with a friend of his, and his friend that came in here with him was the man who went down and discovered Seneca Caverns. Now they both came in here together with the intention of finding some more cavern rooms beyond the point right here. But when they got right here, they had a small issue. Now this issue was, on both sides of this wall here, there used to be attached a very large boulder that was attached up here on both sides. So because of the boulder being here, that blocked their way of getting through. And they thought to themselves they might be able to chisel it out, but if they chiseled it out, they might find nothing here but a blank wall. So they weren't too certain of it. So they wanted an actual reason to take out the boulder. And that's when they heard some water. Sure enough, they looked over here and they saw we had a water stream running right down below us. And when they saw the water, this water gave Elijah Allen a little bit of an idea. And the idea he got was to somehow get from here, jump down on this ledge, and from the ledge, land down in the stream. So he did exactly just that. He got right here, jumped down in the stream, and when he got down in the stream, he wasn't sure how far it would go back. But what he did see, he saw that it was a straight shot back. So he got down on his knees and he crawled on his knees all the way underground through the water at about 150 feet underground. And when he got so far back underground, he came out to a small hole. Now this hole, however, it was too small and narrow for him to fit himself through it. So he went as close as he could and he ended up yelling through this hole. And when he was yelling through it, he heard his echo carry directly above him. And the echo meant there must be a cavern room right above his head. So because of finding out there was another room, that was an actual reason to take out this boulder now. So he crawled his way back out of the stream. Him and his friend went out of the cavern, went back down towards Petersburg, and down there they grabbed a few more of their friends, brought with them more hammers, kerosene lanterns, and some few more extra chisels. And they came in this cavern, and right here they spent around 5 years of work to chisel out this whole entire boulder. Now if you look on this top rock here, you can see running on the top, running from here all the way down, you can actually feel and see those leftover chisel marks. Now those were left there from after 5 years of hard work of chiseling through this boulder to unlock this path. Alright, so I am going to tell you guys, beyond this railing, there is a West Virginia cave wall. And this West Virginia cave wall just does ask you guys beyond the point, just to make sure you are not touching any other active formations. That's just because you have oils on your fingertips here, and that can cause the stunt in their growth or also permanently stop them from growing. But other than that, just keep that little reminder. There's some other formations that are not active that I will let you guys touch, and I'll be sure I point them out. Other than that, follow behind me here. Just watch out for your head. We do have a low-hanging rock.
What that is. Now we're just walking on to the next section. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Oh, look up there.
We have Alright, so this room right here is called the cavern's first after room, which will hold some of the active formations in the cavern, but as well, this is the lowest point in the cavern at 361 feet below the surface of New Creek Mountain. Now, if you look above us here, we have some active formations hanging off this wall. Now, these formations hanging down are called a stalactite. We call them a soda straw stalactite because in order for these to form, you are going to have water come straight down in a droplet. And when the water is coming down in droplets, you're going to have a ring of calcium and calcite form. And when the rings of calcite form, they're going to form the ring around the water, come straight down to a point, and then they would come to a point, and that's when you call them a stalactite. But since they're hollow in the center, we call them a soda straw stalactite. Now look up here on this side wall. You see on this side we have some ripple formations. Now these here are called a ribbon stalactite, or I call them a bacon strip stalactite. Look a little bit like bacon strips. Now these here are formed a little bit different than an original stalactite, because these here, when the water is coming down, these ribbon stalactites, the water comes down in a straight horizontal line. So that's going to make the calcium and calcite come down in a line. And when they come down in a line, due to the force of gravity in the cavern, that gravity is going to come down in the room, push them along the side edges of the wall, and the gravity, when they're being pushed over, that's going to make them have the ripple effect, and that's when they get called a ribbon stalactite. Now right up here, beside me, we have a formation. It looks like it might be a stalactite, but when they grow upwards, you call them a stalagmite. Now, a stalagmite is developed when you're going to have depression and sediment of falling stalactites drop off. And when these stalactites drop off their sediment and more of their minerals being deposited, their deposits are going to hit the end of this formation, and when they hit the end here, the gravity is going to push these minerals upwards. And when they get pushed upwards, they will build up, and that's when you call them a stalagmite. Now, I'll tell you, if you want an easy way to remember these two differences, there is a saying that will help you all. The saying is, stalactites hold tight to a ceiling, but for a stalagmite, they might make it up there one day eventually. Now, if you are lucky enough on this tour, you might end up getting a droplet of water on you. And if that does happen, that means you're getting kissed by the cave. And one cave kiss is equal to 1 day of good luck per how many drops you get. So right now, take advantage of the hours spent on this tour, and who knows, you might end up leaving today here with an entire year of good luck to leave with you. All right, so when you guys come behind us here on these steps are wet, so watch where you step, take your time, and be sure to hold to the handrails. Excuse me, buddy, I'm going to go ahead of you.
Kyle.
Okay, never mind.
Kyle.
That's fine, I'll watch them.
Okay. Now we're going up the steps. As you can see, they're wet. Wow, look at that. Oh. Oh, look at this. And it's amazing how this thing just formed like that. Look at that. It's part of the cave formed this way.
Alright guys, so this big room right here is what we call the room of natural beauty. Now this room here, it was one that was discovered by Elijah Allen. So as I said, Elijah Allen, he had to jump down into the stream down there and crawl his way through the stream 150 feet. And right down below us here at Rainbow Falls, right down below is where he would have came out. But down there at the time, the hole, it was so small, and that was disadvantaging him from coming into this room. That's why he yelled, heard the echo in the room, and that's what led to the discovery of the room of natural beauty. Now this room itself, also called a room of 1,000,000 stalactites. So 1,000,000 stalactites inside the entire room of natural beauty. Now this room itself, it is the tallest room in the cavern at 274 feet tall, which does make this the second tallest cavern on the eastern side of the Mississippi River. Alright guys, so this We're gonna go down these steps and just follow Gigi up on the right side flat.
So now we're just walking our way back the way we just came. I don't think it has to be this. So let's keep on going. See where we can adventure to.
Alright guys, so we're going to stop right here because Gigi does have something to show you all up towards the Queen's room.
Okay guys, so instead of traveling to Alaska, you just can come here to West Virginia. That's the warmest place, like 56 degrees all year round, and just found what it looks like very similar to the Northern Line.
Wow.
Aurora Borealis.
That is cool.
Alright, so you all, when Gigi goes up here, you all follow her up and she'll take you up in the top right platform.
Okay guys, so this right here is what I call caveman kitchen. We used to have a caveman in here, and one day he wanted to throw a Thanksgiving dinner. And you can't have Thanksgiving dinner without the turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a ton.
Oh, yeah.
And if you look beside it, you can see where he got his carrots in his garden. And a stick of pepperoni right here. And our caveman was so hungry that he saved himself 2.5 tons of greasy bacon.
Oh, my. Yeah.
And if you guys look over the handrail, you will see that he couldn't have his bacon without his DP egg.
Oh,
Wow. Yeah.
it looks like an egg, yeah.
And a burnt biscuit. And 3 scoops of mashed potatoes with gravy. Of course, our caveman couldn't eat all of this food by himself, so he had to found himself his white elephant friend.
Oh.
The elephant made such a huge mess eating the whole food, and the caveman had to grab himself a mop. But I don't see the elephant. The elephant are right over here. Okay, now the alligator didn't want to leave, but our caveman was tired and wanted him to leave, so he just told him a scary story about all of his exes leaving deep down in Texas. Okay, guys, we're going to go over the Texas here. There will be something grabbed from your feet, like tap and your hand around. Well, unfortunately, our caveman did have to leave. But before he left us a self-portrait. So this is his forehead,
Oh.
his eyes, his nose, his big old grin, and his stubby chin. And like everybody does, our caveman also did have a name. And here goes the hint. His name came from a 70s boxing movie. Anyone want to try to guess?
Rocky.
Yes. Rocky.
Rocky.
So, his name was Rocky, and his mom used to call him hard-headed, but now everybody just call him Stone Cold.
Oh, right guys, before we reach this room of natural beauty here, We do have 3 tiers of very steep flight of stairs to go down. Now they are metal, so they should help a little bit. But again, they are very, very steep. So we'll go first. You guys come right behind us. But when you do come behind us, take all the time you need to. Watch where you step and be sure to use your handrails because again, these here are very, very steep.
It's dark.
All right, now
You guys like dark caves?
you guys stand about right here on the side of that bulletin, right there. And you guys look right through here. And if you look right through here, you guys see this pink glowing rock? Oh wow! Yeah. That pink glowing rock is actually Rocky's heart. So even though Rocky the caveman is not in here with us physically, his heart will always be with us inside of the cavern.
Wow.
So there
You want to see
Rocky's
Rocky's? It's Rocky's heart.
So how did Rocky die?
I don't know. He might have died of old age. I'd imagine it's probably old age.
Probably.
Alright, now this is also called Caveman's Den. Here, Caveman's Den, if you pass by, you can see our caveman. He also had his ashtray for his smoke off cigar.
What?
Right over here. The caveman's ashtray, his broken cigars under the ashtray. The caveman's ashtray. Alright, so right here are the steps. Block your steps, leave the handrail, and make sure you keep towards your left side.
Yeah, it's just cool. What do you think?
Awesome.
Have you ever been in a cave before?
No.
No, me neither.
Leaving it.
Yeah. You guys comment and let me know if you've ever been in a cave.
Alright, so this right here, we call this Cowboy Station. And that's because here at Cowboy Station one day, you had a cowboy who lived here. Now this cowboy, one day he got very, very hungry. So he decided to make himself a cheeseburger. So right there is the cowboy's cheeseburger. And as he was making his burger, he heard off in the distance, he thought he heard something. And when he looked over to see what it was, this owl went over and grabbed his cheeseburger and stole the man's food. Now, whenever he stole his food, the cowboy looked right back, right at the same time as the owl was flying off, and he went, took his hat off, and he threw his hat at the owl, hoping so the owl would drop his cheeseburger. But when he threw his hat over, there is his hat. There's a top hat and his brim. So there's his hat. He sadly missed the owl, and the owl flew off with the cowboy's cheeseburger.
Oh, look at this. That's where we were in there, Smoke Hole Caverns, through that little gate. Look how big it is. You can't even tell that there's a cavern in there. You wouldn't even know that someone's in there under that huge hill. Isn't that something? Like you could be in there hiding and no one even knows you're here. The little putt-putt course. So that's really neat. It's from far you would just think it's a mountain with trees. You wouldn't know if there wasn't a sign and all this here, you wouldn't have any idea that there was ever anything in there. As they were telling us earlier, it was only discovered and given the name Smoke Hole Caverns because some past buyers saw the smoke coming out of the top. And they didn't realize that the Seneca Indians were smoking meat, so they just called it Smoke Hole Caverns. They just thought the hole was smoking. So that's a fun fact. Okay, well, this looks like this is the end of today's tour. We finished the cavern tour, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If it looks a little bit different, I'm actually using my phone right now because my vlogging camera died during the tour, so I had to use my phone a little bit, so just keep that in mind. But I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's adventure. Here again is that little hotel. It's a very nice place. Our tour guides were very nice, so if you're looking for a great place to adventure in West Virginia, I highly recommend this. And just let me say, I'm not sponsored or anything by them, but I think it's a very nice place. So if you like such stuff or want to find something new, then come here to Smoke Hole Caverns. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope that all of you enjoyed and
I can't wait to adventure with you in the next one. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks for rooming with me.